My name's Darren DeFever. I'm with the Grand Allure Home Group with Remax of Grand Rapids, and I'm with Edwin Collazo here, CEO and partner of City Built Brewing Company.
Yep.
So I appreciate you taking some time out of your day to sit down with us and just kind of give us a little bit of your business spotlight. We want to highlight that for you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yep. Like, how did you start this company? Like, where'd the idea come from?
Our first idea was a small 5-barrel brew house, 2,500 square foot footprint, no food, tiny kind of hole in the wall, and then we'd build. And so we just kind of started to take a look at what was happening in our industry and what was happening. Here's some Mofongo. What was happening in industry, what was happening just in Grand Rapids. There's lots of talks about saturation. And so what we recognized was there's still opportunities to be a brewery. However, we needed to be very different.
Yes.
And so when we found this space, we realized based on what's happening in the neighborhood, we needed to be nicer. We needed to create an atmosphere that was different than other breweries, and we needed to provide food.
Yep.
And so our 2,500 square foot brewery is now a 6,800 square foot brewery. Our 5-barrel, $500,000 idea is now a 10-barrel, $1.6 million idea.
Oh, wow. How did you pick this location?
We wanted to be a West Side brewery 3.5, 4 years ago, and when they had the idea, Dave and his previous. So when I stepped in, Dave already had a logo, already had a name, had a pretty good vision for what he wanted beer to be.
Well, and you touched on that too, is you have to be unique right now because there's constantly new breweries popping up around in this area. So what sets you apart exactly from these other breweries?
I think our food mostly.
Yep.
Our atmosphere is definitely different. We have more, I don't want to say that other breweries aren't service-minded, but it's a big part of the experience of coming to City Built is that you're getting loved on.
We have a beer right here in front of us.
Yep.
So this is your favorite beer on menu right now?
This is the beer I grabbed today.
Okay, yep.
So my favorite beer on menu is Cascading into Darkness. It's a black IPA.
Okay.
I think it's just a really good representation of what a black IPA should be.
All right.
It's tasty. It's 6.5% beer. And then this beer is the Fluffy Unicorns. And we use lots of pineapple in our process in our kitchen. And so we started saving the pineapple cores and freezing them.
Okay.
And so we had about 65 pounds of pineapple cores.
Wow.
And so we put that in the beer. And so it's a pineapple IPA. We use a Chinook hop to draw out some more pineapple.
Yep.
And dry hopped with more Chinook.
Okay.
To pull that pineapple flavor. And then there's a little bit of vanilla to kind of tie it all together. Menu truly is just I guess it's based on the idea, like my wife and I started dating. She's a chef, I had a culinary background, and then she started to learn my family's food. And as she learned the food, this is what we ate for 5 years. And so we drank a lot, or we ate the food as we drank quite often because she was messing with the flavors, trying to learn how to make our rice. And so then when we realized we needed a menu, it just tied. It just made sense. So,
what did they bring out here? This is the
mofongo.
Okay.
So shrimp mofongo. So you have a better of white rice with these are mofongo balls, I guess that they. So mofongo is they take a plantain, they cut it up, they fry it, and they mash it in with garlic. And our particular mofongo has bacon in it as well.
Okay.
There's sofrito, which is our main ingredient. So a lot of our food, what makes it Puerto Rican food is it has our sofrito in it. And so every family has a different sofrito recipe.
Okay.
Ours is green, some families is red. And so the people who make the green, the people that make red say that's wrong, right?
Vice versa.
Exactly. And so, but that's part of the mofongo balls as well. And then they fry it then they bake it. And then they have a sauce that goes with it, and then they put the shrimp on. It's like amazing. Puerto Rican light. You know what I mean? Like it is mofongo. It's just like mofongo, but my uncle came in recently, and he's like, "That's not what that's not what he remembers, right?"
Yep.
And so, but everyone's experience, which is pretty cool about the culture, everyone's experience is still different because every family has their own spin.
Their own little twist on it. Yep. What else would you like visitors and local residents of the Grand Rapids area to know about this company?
We're community minded. Part of the reason why I did what I did was I didn't appreciate the culture where I was before, and wanted to have an effect on the culture of the business. And so I started to look for businesses that I could do that.
Yep.
And so I had been brewing for a long time. I was a beer geek, so it fit. So now part of being City Built is we have a staff of people we care about that we're trying to grow as professionals, whether it's here or the next spot after here. We just want everyone to pick something up when they're here. The community. We just did a fundraiser for Puerto Rico, Unidas de Puerto Rico, and we raised over $4,500 for the people that were affected by the hurricanes that went through there. I still have family there. But I want people to know when they come in, they're going to get loved on, they're going to eat really good food and drink really good beer.
Gotcha. We're looking at your menu, and you guys host a game night every Tuesday of the month, correct?
We do.
So do you want to explain that a little bit more for us?
Sure. So we have 3 games that'll stay as staples.
Okay.
First Tuesday of the month is Lord of Catan, which we just had one, and so we had 36 people in this room. We had to turn away about 10.
Oh wow.
Which was a bummer, but good, because we just wanted people to show up. And then the second week is Speed Euchre, so that's coming up this following Tuesday on the 15th. It's 10 rounds to the final table. Basically, just trying to get as many points as you can, and whoever has the most points advances.
Okay.
Third week is Clask, which is a board game for 2 players. We hope to start a Clask League.
Okay.
But until then, we'll do the Tuesdays. The third week of the month will be that. And then the fourth month is going to be Board of Boards. So one of our managers, Steve Herbert, he loves playing games. So when they're out having a beer or whatever, they like to play board games. And so he'll introduce the people who come to play that. It's the only night that there's a buy-in. So it's $5. It just helps us buy the games. And so the first one is Exploding Kittens. Which I have no idea.
I haven't played that either. So.
However, I imagine I'm going to learn. And so the idea is just to create a space where people can come and have a good time, commune with other people, meet new people. We have this space for that event, but also for community events. Monroe Community Church, they did some, like once a month they had talks where they did one on racism, they did one on LGBTQ, so like covering hard things, but we want to be a place where people can have good conversation without having to worry about getting into an altercation, right? So we want to talk about hard conversation because that's what makes a good communication or a good community is being able to have good conversation about things that are really hard to talk about.
Well, I appreciate you taking some time out of your day to sit down with us and give us a little more like business spotlight on this, on your company, City Built Brewing Company. Thank you.
Thank you. Salud.
Buy.
Sell.
Love.
West.
Michigan.